Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen if you're new here, and today I am installing an accent wall in our master bedroom. So excited, love how this turned out, and I hope you enjoy it. The boards I selected were 1x2 by 8-foot pine boards. I have a very intricate pattern, so I figured the smaller the board, the better the pattern would come out, but you can essentially use any side board that you want to use. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to completely sand all sides of these boards. I'm using my Ryobi Corner Cat sander, and I figured I'd just get it all out of the way. This way I can put my miter saw on the table and not have to go back and forth between tools. After everything is sanded, I'm going to frame out the walls. I see a lot of these accent wall projects that are just not framed out, and I personally don't like the look of them. So for the 3 sides that don't have baseboards, I'm going to go ahead and frame those out. In order to secure the boards to the wall, I'm using my Ryobi brad nailer, and I'm using 2-inch brad nails. Once the framing is done, the first part of my pattern that I'm going to install are the triangles in the center of the wall. I chose to do this first because these had to be the most symmetrical on the wall. So I measured the center point of the room, and then I'm using my Ryobi laser level just to make sure that that meeting point where the triangles meet are pretty level and straight. After my triangles were done, I went for the longest boards that needed to be installed next. If I have any suggestions, I would definitely start installing from the top down. These are 8-foot boards and they didn't quite make it all the way down the wall, so it's better to have the joints closer to the floor. This way, if you have furniture that's kind of hiding it, if you mess up when you're using your compounder, wood filler, or kind of joining them, it kind of hides it a little bit. Right from the beginning, I decided that I was going to cut spacers out of one of the pieces of wood. so that every time I installed a different pattern, the spacing would be perfect. So I think the smallest was I did a 4-inch, a 6-inch, and 8-inch different pieces, and I kind of used those throughout the pattern. After all your boards are installed, you're gonna wanna go through with some kind of filler and fill in all the nail holes and the joints. I highly regret using wood filler. It was awful. It was even more awful to sand and to kind of hide it. It didn't end up working. If I could go back, I would redo it with shrink-free spackle. I feel like that is probably the best thing to use. Somebody might disagree with me, but it has never done me wrong before, and I feel really silly for using the wood filler. It just didn't go as I planned. After I filled everything and everything dried, I went ahead and sanded the entire wall and then wiped it down before I started painting. Painting took forever. I used a brush. It was very tedious, and I did not enjoy that part, but you know, I think it turned out great. And there you have it. Here's the finished project. I am so thrilled with how it turned out. There was a couple things I obviously would have done differently if I could, but there's a bed in front of it, there's night tables in front of it, and nobody's gonna be 3 inches from the wall, so all of the minor defects that I don't like, nobody's gonna notice them. So I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Bye guys.